It is February 5th, 2023. It's about noon on a Sunday. And today, what my nephews and I have already started in on is sanding. Sanding, and more sanding. Now, I'm not going after a really expensive paint job when it comes to this car. I'm going to do the same thing I did to our daughter's Mustang, 68 Mustang that is, and we're just gonna sand it down to make it a good painting surface, and then we'll put a $100 primer and sealer paint job on it, for now that is. But as you can tell, this car has been painted multiple times. I really wish I could salvage the original paint color, which is blue, which is kind of hard to see there, but this car has been painted multiple times, and the last time it was painted with black primer, they really didn't do a good job. It's probably been sitting outside for who knows how long. Well, obviously, with rust down there on that fender. But nonetheless, the only thing to do is sand it all down and, you know, give it a good primer paint job for now. Always remember when you're doing any kind of sanding, anything to do with dust in general, get yourself some dust masks. They don't have to be really expensive, but they have to be effective, because you do not want to breathe this stuff in. Plus, it makes you look like, you know, you're from the video game Mortal Kombat. That was dumb. I'll edit that out. I'm actually going to put another sanding pad on this little mouse sander that I got. All the intricate stuff. Now, I mean, what you would really want to do is probably take the nose off, paint it separately, take the fenders off, paint them separately, all that kind of stuff. But we're trying to just do this as quick as possible. I got about 4 months, and this car has to be running. Let's see if it gets done. So the same thing I told my nephews as they were up here sanding with me, is you don't have to take it all the way down to bare metal. This spot I did because it had a lot of rust to it. And the front nose is actually fiberglass or plastic, whatever you want to call it. And it's not about taking it all the way down. But like that spot I'm going to leave. This spot I'm going to leave. The main thing is all this black primer that was sprayed over the silver primer that was sprayed over the nose itself. That's what I'm trying to take off. And we'll smooth it out and spray it. Let's start attacking the fenders. I'm going to use a more of an orbital hand sander so I can really take the rust off and at least get down to primer. There is primer underneath this, as you can see on this side. Eventually it'll get there, but this is just the start. Well, that escalated quickly. You know, all that sanding that we were doing. I'm like, all right, well, let's just, you know, take the whole front nose off. And, yeah, let's just take the fender off too while we're at it. And you know, I think I might end up taking this fender off too. This side doesn't have a lot of damage. It has very little damage, and I'm actually able to bolt the front nose onto it. But this side is worse. I thought I could hammer it out, but you're not gonna be able to see. There's supposed to be another chunk of metal that goes on the inside of this fender where that front nose actually attaches to. A bolt here. And there should be one down here too, but oh, there it is. That's what they were using. Anyways, you know, we'll just maybe one of these days this car will be up and running. That escalated quickly. Let's just take the whole nose off. Crap! Now just leave it like that, right? That works. Well, here we are in the land of discarded vehicles. Looking at a 79 Trans Am T-top right now. And wouldn't you know it, I got a fender I can use. At least one fender. It's actually in really good shape. You know, it's got a little bit of rust here, not too bad. And it's a little bit tweaked, but I think it's just the way it's sitting, propped up on the tire down there. So, right on. Hunting for parts for this old car, these old cars. And yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do, but we'll get there. All right, little boy. Well, got the tires. Once again, had to hit up a rest stop on the way back. Headed home. Well, headed back that way, that is. February 19th, 2023. And look what we got going on. Finally, through trial and error, we're putting the motor and training in. Finally. After buying a torque converter that I don't need, after taking this one off, which you can't really see, but it has 6 bolts. Actually, this one still has 6 bolts, right? No, this one has 3. The other one had 6 that we did not need. This one might be off of a Turbo 400 or some other transmission, but needless to say, it's not the one that fits the Turbo 350 for the Chevy motor. So this should be fun. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna leave the car like this too, you know, in pieces.
There we go.
That wasn't too bad. I'm gonna have to readjust the chain because the hoist is hitting the front bumper, if you want to call it that. The nose is over there. But we have to readjust the chain, and pretty dang close to putting it on the motor mount to the frame of the car. My dad's doing all the work.
You're narrating. Okay.
You guys are, that is blasphemy. You're putting a 5.7 Chevy motor in a Pontiac? What is wrong with you? Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna put the jack under it.
Alright, so we're gonna have to put a jack in the transmission.
And we're gonna have
what you mean,
see,
so.
we have to go, we can't go back anymore because of the chain. We need to
What if I get under there and try to push up on the jack or on the transmission? Don't you think you just better put a jack underneath it?
Yeah, put it jack with a board under it. And the also the shifter down below. That rod's, oh no, I just got it out of the way. Yep. We're going to find the front board, yeah, put on it. Couple weights waiting there.
We almost got it. Just a matter of a few inches. That's what she
What?
said.
Me and my crazy life right now.
Well, we got the motor and transmission in the car. We got one side bolted down, the motor mount. Well, this side is getting stuck. It's dark. Anyways, right down there. It needs to move down more.
So one bolt in, one not.
It needs to go down a little farther. And we're ruining the paint job! That's okay. But it's in. It's not going anywhere other than down the road. Hopefully, that is. No more exhaust. We don't need that where we're going.
You know what goes on?
The whole panel for the trunk.
With headers, that would be a bitch. Think about it.
Just headers? Just straight headers?
If you put, no, to put, if we had the headers on when we put it in.
Yeah, they are.
Look, because they've been hitting the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
They're either going to go in or they're not going to go in. You're just going to have to go if you put headers on it.
Eventually.
Well, little boy, just like with your sister's car, I'm headed up to Grandma's house in the snow in February. But I'm bound and determined to get this car up and running, so I hope you enjoy it, little dude.
Explain to the viewers that are gonna watch this video what you're doing here.
Drilling the motor mounts.
Drilling holes in the motor mounts. Alright, well, through much trial and error with these motor mounts, drilling out the motor mounts, grinding at the motor mounts, drilling holes in the subframe to access the bolts on that side, the top bolts. With much help from Richard here, the motor is in. and it's not going anywhere except down the road. Maybe I'll blow it up one of these days and we'll have to pull it back out, but you know, I ruined the paint job. Nah, that's fine. I gotta replace those custom orange spark plugs. But it's in. Right on, man. Definitely appreciate it.